reads protists which are diploid reproduce sexually by the process of. Okay, so it is very clearly mentioned to us that the protist is a diploid protist. 2n hone wala hai. So when we know that an organism is already 2n, okay, the organism is already 2n, okay, and if it has to do sexual reproduction, okay, it has to produce gametes, and the gametes have to be n. Okay, so this kind of a procedure where meiosis occurs, okay, meiosis occurs for the formation of gametes. Okay, it is called as gametic meiosis. Okay, so it is called as gametic meiosis. And if the zygote is 2n, okay, if the zygote is 2n and the zygote gives rise directly to the spores, okay, so that is called as zygotic meiosis. So answer should be for gametic meiosis. Okay. So I hope that solves the query, and we will move on to the next topic, that is viruses. Okay. So before we start with the theoretical part of the viruses, okay, let us first take up the scientist. Okay, there are total 4 scientists that we have to know in viruses, okay, from our NCERT. Okay, so the first scientist is Pasteur. Okay, Pasteur gave the term virus. Okay, basically when he realized that this substance, okay, is a venomous substance. Venomous का मतलब होता है poisonous substance. Okay, that is the time, okay, venom se aaya that word virus. Okay, so he called those substances, okay, or those organisms as viruses. Okay, the second scientist is D.J. Ivanovsky. D.J. Ivanovsky, year, okay, NCERT में year भी mentioned है, तो year भी पढ़ना है हमको thoroughly. 1892. Okay, he recognized that certain microbes, okay, when you use the word microbes, it means that they are very very tiny, very very small. Okay, तो इनको अभी तक ये नहीं मालूम है कि वो क्या है. Okay, so these are certain microbes which are the causative agent, okay, for the tobacco mosaic disease. Tobacco plant के ऊपर, उसके leaves के ऊपर एक mosaic pattern बन जाता है. Mosaic pattern मतलब ऐसे, okay, थोड़ा ऐसे, फिर ऐसे. अगर for example this is the leaf, okay, तो थोड़े से ऐसे, बीच बीच में ऐसे एक mosaic pattern जैसा बन जाता है. Okay, तो cause the tobacco mosaic disease. Okay, and later on, okay, it was also found that they were very smaller than the bacteria. We know that bacteria is also a microorganism, but then they found that this organism was very smaller than the bacteria because, okay, because they pass through the bacteria proof filters. मतलब एक filter होता है जिसमें से bacteria pass नहीं कर सकता है, but this microorganism could pass through that filter. Okay, so these are the first 2 scientists, and we have 2 more scientists with respect to viruses. Please copy this too, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, the first 2 scientists are done. Okay, the next, the first 2 scientists are done. Yes, okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Next, okay, and then the third scientist in viruses is M. W. Rennick. Okay, so अगर आप टेक्स्ट बुक में देखोगे तो इट इज मेंशन्ड एज MWBJ रेनिक, ओके, और उसी के इमीडिएटली बाद वी हैव WM स्टैनली, ओके। तो हम ये भूल जाते हैं MWBJ रेनिक है या WM स्टैनली है, ओके। तो MWBJ रेनिक है, आप ऐसे भी याद कर सकते हो कि दैट यू नो इट इज MW। तो ये थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजिंग है क्योंकि वो सेम चैप्टर में है, सेम सेम इमीडिएटली सेम पैराग्राफ में, सेम लाइंस में है। Okay, so that is the reason I have given the name so that you remember this is Martinus William BJ Rennie. Okay, immediately 6 years later, okay, 6 years later, okay, he found out that, okay, that when there is a plant, okay, so that assume this is the tobacco plant, okay, this is the tobacco plant and it is already infected, okay, it is already infected. So what he did is he took this plant, he crushed it, okay, got its extracts, मतलब उसका थोड़ा सा जूस निकाला उन्होंने, which is called as extracts, and there was this another healthy plant, okay, अच्छा खासा healthy plant है ये, okay. So what he did, he took the extracts from this infected plant and he poured it over here, ऐसे ऐसे उन्होंने यहाँ पे डाल, okay, and he observed that later on this plant also got infected. So which meant that this substance, okay, which was affecting, okay, the tobacco plant, okay, causing the mosaic disease, okay, if you take that infective material and you put it over here, it is passing on the disease. That means it is contagious. Okay, it is contagious. So therefore, he comes with this word that is contagium vivium fluidum. ओके, कंटेजियम वीवियम फ्लूइडम, ओके, ये एक है वर्ड आपको, ओके। और एक सेल चैप्टर में और एक ऐसा ही कुछ थोड़ा सा सिमिलर वर्ड हम पढ़ेंगे, दैट इज ओमनी सेल्यूलाe सेल्यूली, बस ये दो ही वर्ड्स ऐसे हैं, ओके। बट यू हैव टू नो हु हैज कॉइन्ड दिस वर्ड्स, ओके। सो कंटेजियम, देखो नाम से ही पता चल जाता है, कंटेजियम वीवियम फ्लूइडम, एक फ्लूइड है जिसके अंदर कोई वायरल मटेरियल है एंड इट इज कंटेजियस, ओके। सो he MWBJ Rennick found in the year 1898 that when the infective material extracts were taken from the tobacco plant and poured on to the healthy plants, they also became infective. Okay, please copy it fast. Okay, there is this little thing. Okay, if you read True Man's over here, it says 1896, but since NCRT has mentioned it as 1898, we will go with 1898 only. Okay, please remember one thing, that whatever dates, okay, whatever years, however it is mentioned in NCRT, we first go with NCRT. Okay, next. Okay, we have the next scientist, the fourth scientist in viruses, that is W.M. Stanley. Okay, that is Wendell Meredith Stanley, okay, in the year 1935. Okay, and he was the one who was able to crystallize these viruses. Okay, and that's how he said that these viruses could be crystallized and that they largely consisted of proteins. Okay, so एक homework मैं आप सब लोगों को दे रही हूँ. Okay, when we started with this chapter, okay, we spoke about Aristotle, we spoke about Linnaeus. Okay, then we spoke about R.H. Whittaker. Okay, R.H. Whittaker, which year did he give us the 5 kingdom classification?
1969.
Okay, very good. 1969. Okay. After that, okay, we have spoken of this 4 scientists. Okay. So total 7 scientists from your NCRT. Okay. In the midst of that, I also told you the 3 kingdom classification, the 4 kingdom classification. That is Copeland and yeah. 4 kingdom classification was given by Copeland. 3 kingdom classification was given by Haeckel. Okay. And we also have Karl Voss in our syllabus. Okay. All those people who are using the old textbooks, Karl Voss is not mentioned. Okay. That is the 6 kingdom classification is not mentioned. But in the new books, Karl Voss is also mentioned. So total, we have studied 8 scientists in biological classification till now with 2 extra, which I have added. Okay. Please remember that. Okay, I hope you all have copied this part and I will move on to science. I hope you all are done. Yes. Okay. So we take up the properties of viruses. Okay. Right now over here also in the air. Okay. There must be so many viruses, bacteria and fungi. Okay. So we are constantly fighting, against all these microorganisms. Every time that I breathe in air and I breathe out air, there are so many microorganisms which enter and which are out. Okay. So out of the so many viruses also which are present, okay, we have an immune system which can fight the viruses also, okay, but not all the viruses can infect me. That's because the most important understanding of viruses is, okay, one is that they are obligate parasites. Okay, they are obligate parasites. That is, they will always require a host to survive. वो खुद से survive नहीं कर सकते. Okay, but ऐसा भी नहीं है कि वो अगर होस्ट नहीं है तो दे आर लिविंग. ओके, इफ देयर इज अ होस्ट they will immediately start with metabolic processes using the host machinery. That is why you say living. But if there is no host, they are doing no metabolic activities. कोई भी metabolic activity नहीं करेंगे, and that is why they will look like non-living. Okay, so viruses are considered as a connecting link. Viruses are considered as a connecting link between non-living and living. Okay, this is one. And that they are obligate parasites. Okay, compulsory parasites. Second, host. They are going to have specific host. इसका मतलब क्या है? There are plant viruses which will infect only plants. अगर ये plant viruses come in contact with human beings or animals, nothing is going to happen to the animals. Okay, they have the ability to only infect the plants. Okay, with the help of specific receptors. With the help of specific receptors. Okay, next we have animal viruses which will infect only animals, and then we will have bacterial viruses. Okay, that is viruses which infect the bacteria, and they are called as bacteriophages. Okay, they are called as bacteriophages. Next, the third point, okay, they do not have, there is, or I say there is absence of cellular machinery. There is absence of cellular machinery, which means that there is no mitochondria, no nucleus, no ribosomes, कुछ भी नहीं है उनके पास. Okay, so they are going to be dependent. They are going to be dependent on the host cellular machinery. इसका मतलब है वो जो होस्ट होगा उस होस्ट का पूरा सेल, उस होस्ट के सेल के अंदर जितना भी कुछ ऑर्गेनेली है, it is going to use all the host machinery, host organelles to do all its life functions. Okay, so please try and understand. Okay, viruses ATP प्रोड्यूस नहीं करता है, वन, इसलिए उसको ग्लूकोज की गरज नहीं है. ओके, इट डजंट रिक्वायर ग्लूकोज फॉर इटसेल्फ. ओके, क्यों ग्लूकोज नहीं चाहिए? क्योंकि एटीपी प्रोड्यूस नहीं करता है. एटीपी प्रोड्यूस नहीं करता है मतलब माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया नहीं है, उसको ना ही अमीनो एसिड्स चाहिए ऐसे ही. ओके, दैट्स बिकॉज उसके पास राइबोसोम्स भी नहीं है प्रोटीन्स बनाने के लिए. ओके, सो बेसिकली इफ यू जस्ट ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड, उसके पास कुछ भी नहीं है. ओके, तो फिर उसके पास है क्या? ओके, व्हाट डज इट हैव? प्लीज कॉपी दिस, देन विल कम टू द अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट डज इट हैव. ओके, जल्दी से कॉपी कर दीजिए. No, you make a lot of noise. क्यों बोलो? Okay, you all are done? Okay. So we'll just try and understand, okay, कि उनके पास कुछ भी नहीं है, तो exactly उनके पास है क्या? Please understand one more thing. They are non-cellular और they are acellular. उनके पास सेल नहीं है. Okay, please note this word also. Okay, they are acellular. मतलब सेल नहीं है और the other word is non-cellular. Okay, so उनके पास जब कुछ भी नहीं है तो exactly है क्या उनके पास? Okay, they have only two things, and the two things are, they will have some form of genetic material. Okay, they have some form of genetic material which is either, okay, please remember this, it is either DNA, which could be double stranded or single stranded, double stranded or single stranded, and or either DNA double stranded or single stranded, or RNA, which is again double stranded or single stranded. Okay, please remember this, viruses would never have both. DNA और RNA दोनों कभी भी नहीं होगा, उनके पास either ये होगा या फिर ये होगा. Okay, next, can you just tell me, can you tell me one very famous virus which has RNA as its genetic material? Yes, one very notorious virus whose genetic material is RNA, which we also study in. Sorry, Can you please repeat it? Okay, tobacco mosaic virus. Okay, tobacco mosaic virus is a RNA virus. TMV, okay, is a single standard RNA virus. We also have HIV. Okay, we also have HIV, yes, which is also single standard RNA virus. Okay, and it uses a process, okay, in human beings, okay, this HIV virus, it uses a process which is called as reverse transcription. Okay, why I'm telling you this? There is a reason for this. Okay, wait for some time. Okay, so this RNA, okay, when it moves into the human host, okay, it is going to do reverse transcription. That is from RNA, it is going to make the DNA. Okay, and for this you will require an enzyme, reverse transcriptase. Okay, reverse transcriptase. So now what is the understanding of telling you this? Okay, so just hold on. Okay, so सबसे पहले है the first component of the virus is the genetic material, and the second component is called the capsid. Okay, the capsid is the protein coat. Capsid is the protein coat which is going to surround the genetic material. For example, ये है genetic material. This genetic material will be surrounded by the capsid. Okay, so some अलग अलग तरह का प्रोटीन्स होंगे, ग्लाइकोप्रोटीन्स हो सकते हैं, थोड़ा सा लिपिड लेयर हो सकता है, डिपेंड करता है अलग अलग वायरसेस के ऊपर. Okay, so this is the protein coat which is called as capsid. Now this capsid has, okay, ये पूरा जो है, okay, इस पूरे स्ट्रक्चर को हम बुलाएंगे कैप्सिड. Now one unit of it, okay, ये जो छोटे छोटे सब यूनिट्स है, okay, those sub units are called as capsomere. Those small units are called as capsomeres. Okay, and just a little more. Okay, तो ये दो चीजें हो गई. One is a protein coat, one is the genetic material. And yes, sometimes, okay, sometimes some of the viruses would also carry a few proteinaceous enzymes with them. Okay, sometimes, but you don't have this in your, you don't have this understanding in your syllabus right now. Okay, but when you would study HIV in human health and disease, you will realize that HIV also carries with itself reverse transcriptase, okay, with itself. And sometimes, it also carries some proteases, okay. So you have to remember this. कि सबसे पहला होगा, if the question is, what are the parts of virus? Your answer is going to be genetic material and capsid. Bas. But you also have to know that it is some of the viruses would also carry few enzymatic proteins with them. Okay, so I hope I'm able to explain you that. Okay, तो मैंने सिर्फ दो ही लिखा है, ये आपके अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए है. प्लीज कॉपी कर लीजिए. Then I have to just explain to you TMB का capsomeres. Done, everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. तो हम बस थोड़ा सा ये TMB का कैप्सोमियर्स लेते हैं, बिकॉज किसी क्वेश्चन बैंक में मैंने ये देखा हुआ था. A little bit about TMB, huh? It is rod shaped. Okay, उसका जो shape है, it is rod shaped. Okay, and the capsomeres are placed. The capsomeres are placed in a helical manner. Okay, तो अगर मैं टेक्स्ट बुक देखती हूँ, okay, please open your NCERT textbooks and you have this diagram out over here. Okay, ये diagram है, देखो यहाँ पे. Okay, so in this diagram you can see that the capsomeres were actually placed in a helical manner ऐसे. Okay, in a helical manner ऐसे वो placed किए गए. And okay, there are about 200 and not about, there are 230 capsomeres. There are 230 capsomeres, okay, which is a subunit of the capsid. Okay, it is a proteinaceous unit. And one capsomere over here, okay, one capsomere over here consists of around 158 amino acids. Okay, so sometimes they can ask you a question, okay, that there are 158 amino acids, okay, they don't give you this, okay, they don't give you this. They may ask you that there are 2130 capsomeres in TMB. How many total amino acids will the capsid consist of? Okay, so वैसा एक calculation मैंने देखा हुआ था, so that's why I thought I'll give you this. Okay, and it consists of single stranded RNA. Okay, and it's a plant virus. It's a plant virus. So plant viruses generally have RNA. Okay, तो मैं वो वहां पे आ जाती हूँ. जल्दी से कॉपी कर लीजिए. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So here in your tuition textbook, okay, please open your tuition textbooks and they have given the bacteriophage, which is well labeled over here. Okay, please look at this diagram. You have to anyways know the complete diagram because this diagram is in microbes in human welfare also, which is labeled properly. So you have to know the labelings, okay? So this is the head portion. This is the head portion. Okay, and the head portion consists of DNA. Okay, this is a bacteriophage, okay, which is a bacterial virus. There is a collar over here. There is a covering sheath over here. Okay, this is the base plate. These are the pins. Okay, ये जो दो दिख रहे हैं, these are the pins. Okay, and these are the prongs. Okay, and these are the tail fibers. Okay, so what happens is I will explain to you the Lytic cycle. Okay, so just imagine, ये एक satellite जैसा structure है. Okay, तो इसको just दिमाग में याद कर लेना. Okay, keep it in your brains, and when I'll explain to you Lytic cycle, it will be more helpful. Okay, down there they have given you few viruses over here. So just to take a few. Okay, herpes. Okay, it's a double stranded DNA virus. Measles, single stranded RNA. Okay, TMV तो हमने कर लिया है. Okay, Rio virus. Okay, please look at that Rio virus, which is double stranded RNA. Wound tumor virus, ये दो learn कर लेना, Rio virus और wound tumor virus. Okay, which is double stranded RNA viruses. And HIV तो हमने कर ही लिया था. So what do we understand from here? That plant viruses okay, are always going to be RNA. Okay, plant viruses are always going to be RNA. Okay, so here it says, in general, viruses that infect plants have single stranded RNA. Okay, they have single stranded RNA or okay, single stranded RNA. Animal viruses could be DNA. Okay, it could be DNA or it could be RNA. अभी हमने देखा RNA could be single stranded, it could be double stranded. Okay, RNA could be single stranded or it could be double stranded. Okay, and then we have the bacteriophages. Bacteriophages, please वो line को underline कर लीजिए आपके textbook में. It says bacterial viruses or bacteriophages are usually double stranded DNA viruses. So they have not said exactly all of them are double standard DNA. हाँ, usually double standard होता है उन्होंने. Okay, and that is because, okay, we also have bacteriophages which contain single standard DNA. Okay, we have bacteriophages. हमारे टेक्स्ट बुक में ये हमको दिया हुआ है that it is DNA and it is double standard. Usually इस वर्ड को अच्छे से लर्न कर लेना. Okay, but but we also have, okay, a bacteriophage which is called as coliphage. Okay, coliphage के नाम से ही पता चल जाता है that it is going to infect the E. coli. Okay, which is single standard DNA. Okay, which is single standard DNA. Okay, then we also have this one more, okay, which is a part of a syllabus. That is 5174. Okay, genetics वाले chapter में है, molecular basis of inheritance में है. Okay, which is also single standard DNA. Okay, which is also single standard DNA. So please इनको याद कर लेना. हाँ, but please learn this word. Usually बोला है उन्होंने, all of them नहीं बोला है. हाँ, okay, please copy fast. Okay, so you can just take 2 minutes time. Okay, you can go through the textbook, see if there's something that you've not understood from here. I'm just taking the last page number 26 पे last 2-3 lines. Okay, this capsomeres are arranged in helical manner, okay, or a polyhedral geometric form. तो अगर हम देखेंगे TMV को, TMV के पास एक helical manner था, okay, and a polyhedral form, okay, that is present with bacteriophages. Viruses cause diseases like mumps, smallpox, herpes, influenza. AIDS in humans is also caused by a virus. In plants, the symptoms can be mosaic formation, leaf rolling and curling, yellowing and vein clearing, dwarfing and stunted growth. Okay, so these are few diseases. I'm giving you 2 minutes time. Please go through, see if there's anything in viruses that you've not understood. I will take it up. Okay, others I'm moving on to virions. Done.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Okay. So we are moving on to virioids. Okay, so yes, मैंने लिखा है यहाँ पे virions. Okay, this is not virions, this is virioids. Okay, okay, virioids. Okay, and I also use the word मैंने अभी लिखा था यहाँ पे virions. Okay, तो हम ये दो words को भी identify कर लेंगे. Okay, what is virion and what is virioids? Okay, virioids. Okay, they were first identified by T.O. Diner. Okay, in the year 1791. And what are they? These are low molecular weight RNA. मतलब उनके पास बस RNA ही है. Okay, तो इसका मतलब होगा दिस मॉलिक्यूल्स आर मच स्मॉलर देन viruses. Okay, they are going to be much smaller than the viruses because they only have RNA and that too low molecular weight RNA. Okay, this is one. There is no proteins. Okay, please ये याद रखना आपको. There are no protein coverings. Next, these are again obligate parasites. देखो कुछ भी नहीं है उनके पास. मशीनरी, किसी तरह की मशीनरी ही नहीं है. तो अगर सर्वाइव करना है, कुछ ना कुछ तो रेप्लिकेशन करना है, then they have to use a host. Okay, so these are obligate parasites. And this disease was first found in the potato plant. Okay, and the disease was named as the potato spindle tuber disease. Okay, that is PSTD. Okay, this is one. There is no animal or human infections known. Till date. Okay, there are no animal or human infections known. Okay, till date. Okay, and it simply tells us, that it is going to require a plant host. Okay, that is why it is an obligate parasite, just like the virus. And I just, since I use this word virions, okay, what are these virions? So बहुत simply मैं याद करती हूँ खुद के लिए. हाँ, these are babies, okay, or offsprings of viruses. Okay, तो जब वायरस रेप्लिकेट करता है, okay, when it replicates itself, it is going to produce small offsprings. Okay, तो babies जैसे हम just याद करने के लिए हम ये कर रहे हैं. Okay, so these are virions. Okay, जैसे you can remember, tiny minions, वैसे ही है tiny virions. Okay, मैं ये क्यों बता रही हूँ? That's because हमें हमेशा जब भी क्वेश्चन आता है ना, तो that question comes between the multiple choice वाला जो आता है, that is virus, virions, virioids, okay, and there's one more word called as prions. तो इन 4 वर्ड्स में हमको आइडेंटिफाई करना होता है. ओके, प्रियॉन्स तो बहुत इजी है आइडेंटिफाई करने के लिए. प्रियॉन से, क्योंकि प्र से मुझे मिल जाता है मेरा वर्ड प्रोटीन. ओके, सो आई कैन रिमेम्बर, सो मतलब वी कैन रिमेम्बर इट इजीली. Prions is nothing but it is proteins. Okay, I'll come to it. सिर्फ हमको confusion होता है इन 3 words में. उसमें भी viruses we definitely know has the genetic material plus the protein code. Okay, अब इन दोनों वर्ड में हमको confusion होता है कि किसके पास RNA है. Okay, so it is virioids. Okay, and what are virions? Virions are tiny virus particles, which means that they are also going to have the genetic material and the capsid just like its parent. तो जो भी parent रहा है, अगर TMV is the parent, then its genetic material is going to be single stranded RNA and its protein. Okay, so I just wanted you to identify these 4 words, okay, clearly, and clarify these 4 words. Okay, please copy it fast. Okay, so let me move on to prions. Yes, virions is not mentioned in the textbook. That is why I have mentioned it, my dear. That's because it comes in the MCQs. Okay, तो इसलिए मैंने वो virion समझाया आप लोगों को. Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so next we will move on to prions. Okay. ओके अभी अभी मैंने बताया था PR मुझे जब दिख जाएगा, I'll come to the word proteins. ओके इसको प्लीज अपने ब्रेन्स में फिक्स कर लीजिए. Prions and proteins. Okay, so prions are abnormally folded proteins. Okay, these are abnormally folded proteins. Folded proteins का मतलब क्या होता है? Okay, हम जब बायोमोलिक्यूल्स पढ़ेंगे, okay, so you will realize that proteins will never occur as a linear chain. Okay, ऐसे एक लंबा सा चेन कभी नहीं होगा वो. Okay, ऐसे अमाइनो एसिड कभी नहीं होगा. Yes, definitely होता है वो, but वो क्या हो जाता है? It forms many intermolecular forces. जैसे you have van der Waals forces, hydrogen bonds, disulfide bridges. तो ऐसे बनने के बाद, okay, ये जो पूरा linear structure है, this linear structure will always be folded like this. जैसे जैसे उसको मिलेगा, okay, and जैसे जैसे वो fold करता जाएगा, okay, you will see that more it gets folded, it will form more. There is more possibility, okay, of forming more bonds. So it comes closer, and then there is more formation of more closer bonds. Okay, so it becomes a highly compact mass. Okay, so these are abnormally folded proteins, okay, which were identified by Prussiner. Okay, तो ये भी मेरे लिए learn करने के लिए बहुत ही easy है. Okay, देखो prions, proteins, Prussiner, है ना? So they were first identified by Prussiner, okay, and they cause the mad cow disease. Okay, they cause the mad cow disease, okay, which is actually a form of encephalopathy. That is, the brain is infected. Okay, the brain gets infected, and in humans, okay, in humans, it causes the okay, it causes a CJ disease, that is the Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, okay, which is also kind of encephalopathy. Okay, now exactly how do these proteins work in human beings? We have no idea. Okay, we just try and understand, जैसे for example DNA है, RNA है, okay, that's the genetic material, DNA या RNA है, okay, please try and understand. अगर DNA है या RNA या फिर RNA मतलब कोई वायरस है या फिर let's consider ये वीरोइड्स हैं, सो दे कैन रेप्लिकेट. इन दोनों का एक प्रोसेस क्या है? वो खुद को रेप्लिकेट कर सकते हैं, और उनका रेप्लिकेशन ही करना इज लाइक उनके ऑफस्प्रिंग्स बनाना, या दैट्स द मोड ऑफ रिप्रोडक्शन. दैट्स हाउ दे ब्रिंग अप न्यू प्रोजेनिस. ओके, तो वो रेप्लिकेट कर सकते हैं, बट वी हैव नेवर नोन दैट प्रोटीन्स कैन रेप्लिकेट. ओके, प्रोटीन्स रेप्लिकेट कैसे करते नहीं पता है हमको. ओके, और अभी तक एग्जैक्टली प्रियॉन्स वर्क कैसे करते हैं, उनका मैकेनिज्म क्या है, वो ठीक से आइडेंटिफाई नहीं हुआ है. बट वन थिंग इज that these proteins can behave like catalyst. Okay, these proteins can behave like catalyst. ये जो prions है, okay, they can behave like catalyst. And when they behave like catalyst, जो हमारे proteins होते हैं, जो body के proteins होते हैं, okay, they start working, they start malfunctioning. Okay, they start malfunctioning. Okay, that is, they don't function properly. So हमारे, please try and understand, proteins are a very important part for our body. If these proteins don't behave properly, we can suffer with so many diseases. Okay, just imagine अगर hemoglobin सही से नहीं हुआ हमारे body के अंदर, okay, we can suffer from sickle cell anemia, है ना? So different proteins of our body, okay, जैसे वो है nature में, जैसे उनका होना चाहिए structure, they have to be like that only. Okay, if something goes wrong with them, okay, even if little goes wrong with them, they can behave in an abnormal manner, or they can start malfunctioning. Okay, and please remember this two disease. This is bovine disease, okay, or it is also called as bovine encephalopathy. That's the mad cow disease. Okay, and in humans you have the CJ disease. Okay, all those people who have old books, this is not there in your books. It's a part of the new textbook. Okay, and these prions, that is proteins, they are highly resistant to activities. Okay, they are highly resistant to proteases, nucleases, radiations. Okay, so they are not easily destroyed. If you're done, please tell me. We'll move on to lichens.
Done, ma'am.
Thank
Done, ma'am.
you. I'll just note it's yeah, the catalyst part again. Okay. See, one of the understanding is that these proteins, okay, see, वो कैसे काम करते हैं अभी तक इतना clear नहीं है. There are some hypotheses, okay. So one of the hypothetical view is that they behave like catalyst. Okay, अभी hypothesis है ये भी नहीं पता exactly नहीं पता है. Okay, I had read two hypotheses. Okay, so your true man says that these proteins behave as catalyst in the body. Okay, जो host की body है they behave as catalyst. और जो host की body का proteins है, okay, they will start malfunction. Okay, this is one hypothesis which is given in Truman. But there is another hypothesis that I had read, that is these proteins, okay, ये जो proteins होते हैं, they do a process called as reverse translation. Okay, they do a process called as reverse translation. These are all hypotheses, huh? Reverse translation, and then they make the RNA. Okay, and then RNA is able to replicate and also translate into proteins. Okay, so, but I don't know how far it is true. Okay, so because this is mentioned in Truman, we go with this hypothesis. Okay, but anyways, you don't have this working in your NCRT, so it's absolutely okay. Okay, so I'll move ahead. We are going to move to lichens. लाइकेंस में ना सिर्फ एक ही छोटा सा प्रॉब्लम होता है, दैट इज टू अंडरस्टैंड द फंगल रोल. ओके, सिर्फ वही एक प्रॉब्लमेटिक होता है, बिकॉज यूजुअली क्या हो जाता है, हम फंगल रोल जो है वी ऑलवेज कंफ्यूज इट विथ नाइट्रोजन फिक्सिंग बैक्टीरिया. ओके, सिर्फ वही एक है. ओके, सो इसलिए क्लैरिफाई कर लो अच्छे से. यही लाइकेंस is a symbiotic association between the algae, okay, which is going to be normal algae, या फिर it's going to be the blue green algae. Okay, in अगर algae है तो normally it is going to belong to chlorophyll. Okay, blue green algae भी होता है. And the second component is the fungi. Okay, second component is the fungi, and this fungi normally belongs to the group of Ascomycetes. Okay, it belongs to the group of Ascomycetes. ठीक है. The algal component is called as phycobiont. Okay, algae की study को हम बोलते हैं phycology. Phycology. And the fungal component is called as mycobiont. Okay, fungal study is called as mycology. Okay, now, we know that algae, blue green algae, they are able to do photosynthesis. Okay, they are able to do photosynthesis, which means they can make glucose, and then this glucose will be passed on to the fungal component. So this is only one function. Okay, what is the function of the fungi? Fungi को भी कुछ देना है, because this is a symbiotic association. So what does the fungi give in return? First is it provides shelter. Okay, ये first. Second, it also absorbs water. हमने fungi पढ़ा हुआ है. We know that fungi can reproduce. Okay, very fast. Asexually, vegetatively, बहुत जल्दी reproduce कर सकते हैं. Okay, और उसके जो hyphae है, okay, वो hyphae फटाक, like very rapidly spread everywhere. Okay, so as it spreads, it can absorb water. Okay, water absorption. Third होता है न्यूट्रिएंट एब्जॉर्प्शन. ओके, तो यही एक पॉइंट है, प्लीज अच्छे से याद रखना. ओके, न्यूट्रिएंट एब्जॉर्प्शन, बिकॉज व्हाट हैपेंस इज कभी कभी यहाँ पे ब्लू ग्रीन अलगे भी होता है. वी हैव दिस अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि ब्लू ग्रीन अलगे इज डूइंग नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन, बट देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन एंड न्यूट्रिएंट एब्जॉर्प्शन. नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन जो होता है वो नाइट्रोजन को एटमॉस्फेयर से लेकर नीचे डाल दो. ओके, इन द सॉइल यू फिक्स इट एज अमोनिया. Then that ammonia will be converted to NO2 minus, NO3 minus by chemoautotropic prokaryotes. okay, by chemo autotrophic prokaryotes. And then वो जो भी soil में fix हुआ है, okay, whatever is fixed in the soil, and we know that fungi, okay, fungi is also saprophytic in nature. That is, it will, वो dead decomposing organisms को break करने, it can break, वो decompose कर सकता है, okay, whatever matter is available वो उसको break कर सकता है. So break करेगा, whatever is available वो सब absorb करेगा उसके hyphae से, और वो hyphae से फिर वो pass कर देगा to the alkyl component. Okay, so this is your lichens. Okay, और lichens का एक बहुत ही important information है that it is an indicator of SO2 pollution. Okay, it is an indicator of pollution. अगर जहाँ पे भी pollution है आपको lichens नहीं मिलने वाले हैं. जैसे पुणे में देखोगे तो you go to सिंहगढ़, you will find lichens because वहाँ पे comparatively less pollution है. Okay, if you go to Amboli घाट, okay, वहाँ पे अगर आप trees देखोगे, trees के ऊपर, okay, if you go to Amboli घाट, उधर जो trees है, trees के ऊपर you will find lichens. Okay, that's because वहाँ पे pollution नहीं है. Okay, so these are very good indicators of, they are very good indicators of pollution, air pollution, but especially of SO2. Okay, and we also study lichens, a little bit of lichens हम पढ़ते हैं. Okay, in humans, microbes in human welfare में हम थोड़ा सा पढ़ते हैं. Then we also study it in industrial melanism. Okay, how the lichens covered the trees. Okay, before industrialization and after industrialization, the lichens had disappeared. Okay, so please lichens को अच्छे से याद कर लें. Okay, anything you want to ask me till here? Is there any confusion between nitrogen fixation and this nutrient absorption? Please copy it fast.
Done, ma'am.
And just- Prachi, what you want me to repeat, beta? I'm so sorry I missed the chat. Prachi, Prachi, can you hear me, beta? Yes, can. What do you want, beta? Okay. I would be explaining to you mycorrhizae also. Okay, it is also split in many portions. Okay, if you have your NCERT textbook, please move on to page number 185. That is transport in plants. The last 3-4 line talks about mycorrhizae. Okay, I am going to take up mycorrhizae right now. Mycorrhizae is a symbiotic association between a fungi and the roots of higher plants. Okay, so we again have almost the same thing. ओके यहाँ पे माइकोराइजे नहीं है बायोलॉजिकल क्लासिफिकेशन में, बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ओनली. ओके, mycorrhizae, okay, it is again a symbiotic association between fungi and roots of higher plants. Okay, roots of higher plants. तो अगर कभी it's like ये जो association है, ये जो mycorrhizal association है, it is also called as wood. Okay, it is also called as wood wide web. मतलब ये फंगाई इतना सॉइल में स्प्रेड हो जाता है, it tries to communicate between one plant to another plant. Okay, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है प्लांट्स, हायर प्लांट्स के लिए एसोसिएशन बहुत ही ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. एक तो है वाटर एब्जॉर्प्शन, न्यूट्रिएंट एब्जॉर्प्शन के लिए हेल्प करता है. ओके, दिस फंगल कंपोनेंट. बट इन केस इफ एक प्लांट को अगर इन्फेक्शन हो जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ सम काइंड ऑफ अ वायरस और अ बैक्टीरिया, दैट प्लांट विल स्टार्ट सिक्रीटिंग सम काइंड ऑफ केमिकल्स. Those chemicals will also pass through the fungal component to other plants. Okay, so thus it makes the plants aware, okay, that there is some kind of a there's some kind of a organism, infectious organism available, and we have to be protective. Okay, so they immediately start making protective chemicals for themselves. Okay, so this is very, very important when it goes to forest, different kinds of woods. So it is a symbiotic association between roots of higher plants and the fungi. Usually this fungi belongs to the genus Glomus. Okay, this is there in your syllabus, yaad rakhna. Okay, the fungi belongs to the genus Glomus. Now we know that the plants perform photosynthesis and they're going to make glucose. Okay, glucose. Okay, various other nitrogen containing organic compounds. Okay, nitrogen containing organic compounds. So which are this nitrogen containing organic compounds? Okay, it could be amino acids. Okay, बहुत सारे अलग अलग compounds बनाते हैं. Okay, so whatever the plant is making, that plant will give it to the fungi. Okay, और fungi in return क्या करेगा? It will absorb water, nutrient absorption करेगा. In this nutrient absorption, you also have NO2 minus, NO3 minus, phosphates. Okay, they will be given to the plants. So basically, if you understand, जितना भी inorganic matter होता है, okay, inorganic matter होता है from the soil, okay, is given to the plants. The plants make use of all that inorganic matter, convert it into organic matter, use it for itself. Okay, use it for itself. एक second. एक minute. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So whatever inorganic material, okay, like nitrates, sulfates, phosphates, जो भी soil के अंदर मिलता है, okay, and whatever is required to the plants will be given to the plants. Inorganic material will be given to the plants. Plants will make use of it, do photosynthesis, various other processes, convert them into organic compounds, and those organic compounds will be utilized by the plant and also will be utilized by the fungi. Okay, so this is the mycorrhizal association. जल्दी से कॉपी कर लो. I will take up two important words, that is ectomycorrhizae and endomycorrhizae. Okay, if you are done, okay, please move on to your textbooks and please move on to page number 186. Okay, 186, huh? The fungal filaments form a network around the young root or they penetrate the root cells. Okay, which means what? That the fungal hyphae can also penetrate inside the root cells of these plants. Okay, the hyphae have a very large surface area that absorb mineral, ions, and water from the soil from a much larger volume of the soil that perhaps a root cannot do. The fungus provides minerals, okay, and water to the roots. The root in turn provides sugars and nitrogen containing organic compounds. वहां पे please organic डाल देना. Nitrogen containing organic compounds to the mycorrhizae. Some plants have an obligate association with the mycorrhizae. For example, pinus seeds cannot germinate and establish without the presence of mycorrhizae. ये बहुत ही important line है, okay? We will also see this line in plant kingdom. कि pinus को, okay, pinus will always have a mycorrhizal relationship. And there are two types of mycorrhizae, that is ectomycorrhizae and endomycorrhizae. Okay, ectomycorrhizae and endomycorrhizae. Now in ectomycorrhizae, what happens is a large portion of the fungi will remain on the surface of the soil. Okay, a larger volume. Okay, and a smaller volume will be in the cortical cells of the roots. हमको पता है ना roots के divisions होते हैं. We have epidermis, then we have the cortex, then we have endodermis, then we have pericycle and the xylem and phloem, and then we have pith. Okay, so most of large volume of the fungal hyphae, okay, is present on the surface of the soil, and a small volume will penetrate inside the cortex. Okay, you can call it as cortical cells also. Okay, या फिर आप उसको cortex भी बुला सकते हैं. In the cortex of the roots. यहाँ पे endomycorrhizae में क्या होता है? A larger percentage, okay, is present in the cortex of the roots, and then they form a association वहाँ पे, which is called as the vesicular arbuscular mycorrhizae. Okay, VM. Okay, a huge portion of the fungal hyphae will penetrate into the cortex of the root. Okay, कभी अगर प्लांट को निकालोगे ना, you will realize that you don't realize, मतलब समझ में नहीं आता है कि वो रूट हेयर है कि फंगल मतलब माइकोराइजे है. वो इतना ज्यादा इंटीमेट रिलेशनशिप हो जाता है. ओके, एंड अ स्मॉलर वॉल्यूम will be present on the surface of the soil. Okay? Though this is not there in our syllabus, but मुझे just लगा कि आपको बता दूं. Okay. ठीक है. Yeah, copy fast. Okay, and okay, please open your tuition textbooks. Please open your tuition textbooks. And okay, जल्दी से कॉपी कर लीजिए, फिर ट्यूशन टेक्स्ट बुक ओपन कर लीजिए. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the next part is, please open your tuition textbooks. And your tuition textbooks, okay, on the basis of page number 57. Okay, जल्दी से ही ले लेंगे हम लोग. We have 4-5 minutes left. On the basis of the type of thallus, okay, that in lichens, okay, जिस तरह का thallus होता है, they are divided into 3 types, crustose, foliose and fructicose. बस इतना ही याद कर लेना, okay, crustose, foliose which is leaf like, okay, and fructicose, ठीक है, which is a shrubby lichen. बस. Okay. I just want to mention one more thing which is not given anywhere over here, okay, that अभी आज हमने जितना भी कुछ पढ़ा है, जैसे वायरसेस पढ़ा है हमने, वीरोइड्स पढ़ा है हमने, प्रियॉन्स पढ़ा है हमने, लाइकेंस पढ़ा है, माइकोराइजे पढ़ा है, okay, all these organisms, okay, do not find any place in R.H. Whittaker's classification, okay, please write it down. Viruses, viroids, prions, lichens, and mycorrhizae do not find any place in the 5 kingdom classification. Okay, they do not find any place in the 5 kingdom classification. Okay. There was a question over here. What is the meaning of arbuscular? Okay. Vesicular and arbuscular will something mean like, okay, जो हाइफे होता है, okay, जो हाइफे होते हैं, उसका जो swollen end होता है, उसको हम बोलते हैं vesicle, okay, and in the cortex, okay, and the hyphae जहाँ पे exchange of nutrients होता है, okay, उसको हम बोलते हैं arbuscle. Okay, it's called arbuscle. ठीक है? And I'll just take 2-3 minutes more time, okay, and I'll just explain to you what is a lytic cycle. बहुत ही छोटा है, syllabus में नहीं है, फिर भी मैं थोड़ा सा छोटा सा बताना चाहती हूँ, okay? Okay, so what is a lytic cycle? This is the bacteriophage, okay? ऐसा bacteriophage होता है. This is the bacterial cell, okay? This is the bacterial cell. So what happens is this virus is very specific to this bacteria, okay? So this bacteriophage will come, attach itself, okay, अच्छे से attach करेगा, अपने receptor पे attach करेगा खुद को. जैसे ही एक association बन जाता है, यहाँ से जो genetic material होगा, this genetic material, you know, will be put inside. This is bacteria का अपना genetic material, bacterial genome, okay? So now this new genetic material has been introduced inside the bacteria. ये होने के बाद the जो बच जाता है, okay, that's called ghost. जो capsid बच जाता है, that's called ghost. फिर वो निकल जाता है. Now what happens is this new genetic material which has entered, this genetic material will go in the genome of the bacteria. Okay, जैसे ही genome में चला जाता है, okay, it starts making its own copies. वैसे ही ऐसे कोई कवरिंग नहीं होगा, ओके, बैक्टीरिया के पास ऐसे कोई कवरिंग नहीं होता, बट मैंने जस्ट बताने के लिए ऐसे बताया, ओके. तो दिस डीएनए या आरएनए जो भी है, ट्रांसक्रिप्शन करेगा, रिवर्स ट्रांसक्रिप्शन करेगा, एंड इट स्टार्ट मेकिंग मेनी कॉपीज ऑफ इटसेल्फ, ओके. Simultaneously it would also make proteins, okay, it would also make proteins, and these proteins, okay, would take the entire control of the bacterial cell, okay, the proteins and the genetic material, and it starts making its own genetic material and its own proteins. And in the meantime, what happens is बैक्टीरिया का जो जीनोम होता है वो पूरा का पूरा डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाता है. ओके, सो बैक्टीरिया के अंदर बैक्टीरिया का अपना जीनोम रहता ही नहीं. ओके, सो right now in this cell there is going to be the genetic material of the virus and the proteins of the virus. Okay, and then slowly what happens is, okay, they start assembling. Okay, उनकी अपनी assembly हो जाती है ऐसे छोटे छोटे जो प्रोटीन्स लगने वाले थे. ओके, तो उनकी अपनी एक असेंबली ऐसे हो जाती. ठीक है, ऐसी अपनी असेंबली हो जाती. और जैसी असेंबली हो जाती है, दिस assembled particles are called as virions. Okay, like minions. Okay, याद रख लेना. Okay, and once that happens, they will release endolysins. Okay, they will release endolysins, and it will start breaking the cell membrane, cell wall of the bacterial cell. And slowly it will be out, and these virions will be dispersed. Okay, now these virions, okay, will slowly they'll mature, and as soon as they find a new host, they will start the lytic cycle again. Okay, so it's not a part of the syllabus, but I just wanted you to know, that how they replicate. Okay, basically viruses will take full charge or full control of the host machinery. Okay, in such a way that it will stop the functions of the host cell. होस्ट का जो भी काम था वो सब रुका देगा वो, और वो अपना काम शुरू करेगा. दैट इज ट्रांसक्रिप्शन. ओके, रिवर्स ट्रांसक्रिप्शन है तो रिवर्स ट्रांसक्रिप्शन. ओके, रेप्लिकेशंस and translations into proteins. Okay, so I hope that helps you. Okay, do you have any queries?
Ma'am, please repeat after you said no. They'll make their own assembly called as virions. What after that? Please repeat.
Then there is a bacterial cell wall. There is a bacterial cell wall. Okay, so they will start releasing endolysins. Okay, and those endolysins will start destroying the cell wall of the bacteria. And then finally the bacterial cell wall पूरा का पूरा rupture हो जाता है, breakdown हो जाता है, and the virions will be released. Okay, yes, I know I have to take up lysogenic cycle also. I will take it up tomorrow. Okay, but in short, let me tell you what is lysogeny. It's almost 11:20. I don't want to delay you all for your next class. Okay, so we'll close over here. Okay, we'll take up lysogenic cycle tomorrow. Is that fine? Please solve the entire question bank now. We have finished with the entire chapter. Okay, and next time I will ask you questions on biological classification. I will call out your names and I will ask you questions. Okay? Okay, chalo. You can start leaving the session.